While going through today's gospel and listening to what Jesus tells about discipleship, I was wondering whether it is possible at all. Jesus taking the parable of the relationship between master and a servant, he tells that the servant, after doing everything for the master, should say that I am unworthy servant, I have just done my duty. I'm again wondering, is there any service in this world which is done without any expectation of a reward? One of the finest service human beings do is caring for the little ones. A mother who brings about her child and looks after at that moment without expecting anything. That is the only instance I could say that the service is done without expecting any reward. But as the child grows up, the mother's expectation also goes up. And at the end, the mother would even complain if the child is not going to look after her. If that is the situation, what is the real meaning of service without expecting any reward? And here comes Jesus' real message. Jesus is talking about discipleship. Jesus is talking about following him, because preceding a few verses from Luke chapter 17, 1 onwards, Jesus is talking about living a very good life, giving an example to others without being scandalous, forgiving others, to have faith like a mustard seed, so forth and so on. And the disciples asked Jesus to increase their faith because they experienced themselves that they were not worthy to be a disciple of Christ, because the demands of that discipleship is so high. Here Jesus comes and tells us that we have to do exactly what he asks of us. The breadth of our doing does not matter. How much we have forgiven, that does not matter. How much we have tried to live an exemplary life, that does not matter. How much faith we have, that does not matter. But what matters is we try to do what our Master is asking us to do. And even while doing that, we need to keep in our mind that this is not because of my doing that I am a disciple, but because of the grace that is given to me by my Master. Even the servant in this today's parable, he has to do everything as the master asks of him. And a good master, we know in the Gospel of Matthew, a good master would surely at the end would commend the work of the servant by saying, "Good and faithful servant, enter into the glory." But even that glory we should not expect in being a disciple, because being a disciple is a privilege and a duty of everyone who wants to follow Christ.